What's up, Grizz Nation? Meghan, Triplett, Mike Wallace here with you for a very special Grizzlies weekly update. We are right outside Chef Tam's Underground Cafe for a special time because March is Women's History Month. It is also on Monday, it was also International Women's Day. And here in Memphis, it is Black Restaurant Week, and I'm getting hungry.
I'm getting hungry too, but as soon as we're going to get in there in a minute, but let's also talk about how the Grizzlies are returning back to action this week too. It's another big week of basketball. The Grizzlies return from a 5-day break from All-Star Weekend, and they face the Washington Wizards on Wednesday, and the Denver Nuggets come to town on Friday. So Meghan, there's a lot going on with the Grizzlies, but I think everyone wants to know right now, the anticipation is building for this team returning to health, which means that we only could be a few games, a few days, maybe a few weeks, but not necessarily a few weeks away from Jaren Jackson Jr. returning. No matter when he returns, the Grizzlies are erring on the side of caution. This is a big picture look at what Jaren Jackson is dealing with right now with recovery from his knee surgery. But when Jaren does come back, how much of a boost could that give the Grizzlies lineup?
Oh, you know it's going to be something so special. And hearing Coach Meghan say that we're so close to being a full, healthy roster, and also hearing him say, oh, I'm so encouraged about the progression Jaren Jackson Jr. is coming at. When you look at this team, they've already shown you in that first half of the season that they had that tenacity. They've had that adjustment mentality where they've constantly had to deal with a lot of battles. And you now think about Justice Winslow is back. He's getting more minutes. Jaren getting added to that, especially to that starting lineup and to that lineup group. It's going to be exciting.
I mean, you're basically adding an all-NBA type defender, an all-star type talent to what you're going to have in terms of this team. They already built the depth. That's the one thing the first 32 games allowed this team to do, was fortify their bench, build the depth, put guys in a position where they can be confident, and we've seen guys grow. Now, what the next step the Grizzlies take is going to be determined in the second half of the season. 40 games in 68 days. How rough is that going to be for this squad?
I mean, we've already kind of seen how rough this season has been in that first half. And so you know the players are taking that first half as an example, but you know that they can do it. When you look at the second half of the schedule, it's just as jam-packed. And you're taking on a lot of tough teams that we haven't seen just yet, like the Denver Nuggets that we take on Friday. And so now you have that push to the playoffs. And I know it's still early to say the playoffs, but that is on everyone's mind right now.
And obviously this team is also facing the toughest closing schedule. No team in the league is playing 40 games over the second half of the schedule. I think there's 11 back-to-backs. We'll see if the Grizzlies can continue to stand. I think it's fair to expect this team to make one of the play-in spots, top 10. You only have to be in the top 10 in the West or the East this season to make the playoffs. I think the Grizzlies are positioned 10th right now, a couple of games away from being up to 8th. So there's an opportunity for this team.